Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, JJ Prime here, back with another video, and we are going to continue with our movie Dinobot week. So here we have Dinobot Strafe, or else you want to call him by his G1 name, Swoop. So here I am, and there he is in his two-headed pteranodon. I believe Hasbro called this guy Strafe and not Swoop because they probably lost the rights to the Swoop name. So, but I think the real reason why they call him Strafe because of the two heads. Because if you look back in G1, the Technobot known as Strafe, in his alt mode, he has two nose cones, just like this Dino has two heads. Is there a coincidence going on here? I don't know. So, but here he is. Yes, in his lovely two-headed pteranodon mode. And I think, you know what? Out of all the Deluxe Dinobots that I own so far, the movie Dinobots anyway, I think out of all of them, I think Strafe is my favorite because his transformation is ridiculously simple. But that doesn't kill my enjoyment of the toy. This figure is so much fun to mess with. The transformation is very, very simple. It's basic, and you'll know why once I go through the transformation with you guys. But anyway, so but yeah, let's get in closer so we can take a look at the details on the head sculpts. Nice head sculpts. The blue eyes. Nice strip of silver paint right there. The mouth can open as well. Yeah, mouth can open. Yay. He does kind of have a visible head syndrome. The head is just right there, and if you look under here, the whole robot is just under there. It's just it's like a robot under a dinosaur deal. I don't know. So, got some nice fingernails, nice silver fingernails. Oh, who's your manicures? I want to know. But anyway, got nice tempographed black Autobot symbols on the wings, and you can see here the paintwork on the wings is very, very gorgeous. We can see the blue is slowly fading into the silver, and that is really, really cool, and I quite dig that. I love the black detailing on the wings, and again the fading on the tail is gorgeous. You see, like from dark blue to light blue, it's like there's a shading to it, and I love that. I really, really like that. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice Dino mode, I will say, but not 100% screen accurate. But if Hasbro can put this in the Studio Series line, I definitely they can make it more screen accurate. But anyway, I would love Hasbro to make a Studio Series version of Strafe or Swoop, whatever you want to call them. But anyway, so articulation wise, the heads can rotate on this hinge a full 360. They can move up and down. They can also open up their mouths very, very wide. Oh! So you can untap this and just, you know, like, you're hitting my head, you're hitting the head. Anyway, so you could use this hinge, but that's for transformation. He can also flap his wings. He can flap his wings. You can move this tip of the wing if you want to. Why not? Can they rotate around? Yes, they can rotate around if you want them to rotate. Sure. The legs can move up and down. They have a thigh swivel, and you have a swivel above the knee. I keep forgetting words left and right. I'm sorry. The toes can move up and down. He does have doesn't really have a knee joint. I mean, you can break the knee like that if you want to, but he doesn't really have a knee joint in Dino mode, unfortunately. I mean, he has a little bit, just a little bit of knee articulation right there. He can move around. The tail, they can move on this hinge. You can see the tail is like bent out of shape. I mean, you can fix that with a hair dryer to straighten it if you want to, but it's okay. You're made of soft rubbery plastic, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. So yay. Now before we get down to the accessories, let us just bring in the main comparison that we're gonna bring in here. Here he is with Voyager Grimlock, and that scale actually works really well. I think Voyager Grimlock scales way better than the Leader Class one, because I think this looks really good. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Is it good? Is it a good scale? Yeah. And I love that they're different colors and not, you know, screen accurate colors, because you can actually pretend that all of the Dinobots, the movie Dinobots that I own anyway, they are pretty much like Power Rangers. You know, there are different colors for Power Rangers. Anyway, so there you go. Maybe this is the Transformers version of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Yay! So there you go. Now he does include some accessories. He comes with 2 lances right here, which is just cast in black plastic with a little bit of silver paint right here, and of course he comes with his crossbow weapon. That's right, and he does have a firing missile, a friction missile. Just push that in, push that out. There we go. You can fire the missile. It's not fast. No, you have to push it hard enough. You have to push it harder to make it shoot. Yeah, it's a bit droopy. So, I mean, just this. Yeah, there we go. And the missile just. Come back here, missile. Yeah, get out of here. My God. So just plug that back in, and there you go. So but wait, there's more in the crossbow. There are little posts. Something I thought they were like, you know, useless, but no, they are useful, because you can see these posts. They have a little hole right inside here. So what you can do is that you can plug these lances right here, if you want to, and make it into a combined weapon mode. You can see, like that, a crossbow with some lances on it. You can skewer people like with the crossbow. So yeah, I mean, the instructions never told me about this. You know, yeah. Anyway, so I had to figure it out on my own. But hey, I managed to figure it out on my own. But you can store these weapons on the wings as well. The ports right here. If you want to plug it right here if you want to. But I just plug it right here so that the silver is matching with the wings, you know, and that's pretty cool. It's like you can't even tell that the swords are there, because they're like camouflaging, and that's really cool. And then there is a port right here on the top of the dino, and you just plug the cannon. I mean, blah 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 blah. The crossbow. My tongue stops working. The crossbow, not the cannon. It's not a cannon, it's a crossbow. Okay, just plugged it on top of the dino. And there you go. There you have the weapon storage. That's not ridiculous, but this is ridiculous. So, I mean, if you have a human just riding on top of the dino, just, you know, shooting with a crossbow, hey, you can do it. But that is pretty much it for the dino mode. It's simple, it's basic, nothing to write home about. So, I think it's time to move on in the review with the transformation into robot mode. Just unplug these weapons. You can leave them on for transformation if you want to, but me personally, I just take them out for transformation. But anyway, so let's get on with it. So Strafe, you can say Strafe Jorsinka. That's right, I love saying that. So you want to take the legs and bring them down like so, and you're done. And no, you're not done. Anyway, so you want to take this robot mode leg here, just rotate it around, and before that you want to rotate this at the knee like so that the Iron Sheik boots are pointing forward at you. So now there is a tab that will tab into that slot right there. Now if you don't tab that in, you won't be able to use that knee joint. If you don't tab that in, you're gonna break his shin like that. I mean, you can have a double jointed knee, but that looks weird, but you're supposed to do that. So there you go. And there you have the leg all done. So the second thing on the other side, just rotate it, tab that back in, and just rotate it around like so, and there you have his legs. All done and ready. So now the arms, what do you want to do is just untap them from the wings, bring them down, you're done. Untap them from the wings and bring them down, you're done. I told you, it's ridiculously simple, but that doesn't kill my enjoyment of the toy. But anyway, so now the wings, you can leave out the wings like that, but I prefer to bring them down. Just bring them the tail. I prefer to bring them down and have the tail just, you know, come out through that hole, and that makes it look like a, you know, a cool looking cape. I think, yeah, that looks cool. That looks really cool. So now you're going to bring these heads down, bring this heads down. And that would give you some clearance to bring out the robot mode head. Just untap that, rotate it around, and there you go. I just, you know, open up the beak a little bit so you can see that painted detail. Right there, rotate it down, bring it down, and just open up his mouth a little bit so you can see the detail. And we are pretty much done. Yes, we are done. We were done. So there you have Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Strafe or Swoop in his robots mode, and he looks pretty cool in my opinion. I mean, this design, I really like this Dinobots robot mode design. I love it. I love it. Look at that. That looks really cool, and I think this design is quite accurate to the CGI model, but if it was in the screen accurate colors, it would look very good. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at that head sculpt. That's a nice looking head sculpt. Very nice. Yes. Yeah, all the Dinobots have the knight-ish head sculpts. And I don't know why this Dinobot couldn't speak in the film. He could have, you know. You got some blue paint right there on the chest. Nice blue paint right here. That kind of looks like a face to me. I don't know. You got the eyes, you got the mouth there. I don't know. So, I mean, yeah. And it's pretty cool that the dino heads become like chest or shoulder pads, like Grimlock does. So, yeah. The cape idea is really cool. I like the cape. The Iron Sheik boots done in black, which is nice. It's nice. He's nice and spiky. That's all I like. So, now articulation-wise in robot mode, the head is on the ball joint. It's on a stiff ball joint. You can rotate left. Can it rotate a full 360? No, he can't rotate a full 360. He can look down in his chest if you want to. So, now the arms can move out, like so. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have the cursed gorilla arms. And if you leave it like that, then you're gonna, you know, get a big huge gap right there in the arm. Now the wrist, I don't know how this works. The wrist swivel is really weird because there is a hinge right here, and this rotates down like so. I mean, that is good for short poses, you know, but it's a weird wrist swivel, and I don't know why. He does have a bit of a waist swivel. The cape gets in the way, so if you move the cape away, then you have the full waist rotation. So the legs can move up that far. If you move the wings around, move the wings out, they can actually move back like that. He does have a thigh swivel right there. He does have a swivel above the knee due to transformation, and he does have a knee joint about 90 degrees of bend. No ankle tilt, but the feet are molded in to they're molded like, you know, he's supposed to stand in that natural A stand. So now I'm just gonna get him into get him back into position right here. Come on, Strafe, work with me. There we go. Okay. So now, of course, he can hold his weapons. Close up the mouth. Hey, Swoop, Strafe, whatever you want to call him. Stand up, man, stand up. There we go. He can actually hold his weapons. So he can actually hold the crossbow. Just put him in his hand, and there we go. He's holding the crossbow. Yes, he's holding the crossbow. Sure. Yes, he can hold the crossbow, and of course he can hold one of these lances, and just bring it down. And I'm gonna show you the weird wrist swivel that is really good. That you can use this for sword posing. So come on, tongue. Anyway, so that is good for sword pointing poses right there. Sword pointing. It's sword pointing. He's pointing the sword. He's pointing the sword at you. Point, point, point. Anyway, so I mean the wristable is weird, but it's still, this figure is still not bad. It's still a pretty cool figure in my opinion. So I mean, what I usually do, I just leave the swords you know, just on the wings, like so. Just, I leave them stored on the wings. If I can find the port, there we go. I just leave them stored on the wings, like so, and I give him his crossbow. So, I mean, display your figure however you wish. It's your toy. Yeah. So, yeah, that is pretty much it for his robot mode. So, now for comparison, here he is with Forger Grimlock, and let me zoom out a little bit so you can see how they look together. And I think that scale is wonderful. What do you think? You think the scale could be better? I think the scale, in my opinion anyway, the scale looks really, really good. But if you bring in the leader class Grimlock, no, that's not gonna work. No. That ain't gonna work. No, this not gonna work. Sure, Strafe is small, but that's not gonna work. But anyway, so, yeah, so, but I think they look really good together, in my opinion. That is really cool. So I cannot wait for this guy to be in the Studio Series collection. So, yeah. So, wait. Hold on, Grimlock. So, yeah, there you go. And just for another, you know, spliced in comparison, here he is. No, not spliced in comparison. For another comparison, just because here he is with the Deluxe Cyberverse Grimlock. You can see how they look together. So, there you go. So, there you have Deluxe Strafe, or Swoop, whatever you want to call him. And, yeah, overall this figure is so much enjoyable to mess with. It's so fun to mess with. I love this figure. I think this is my favorite Deluxe class Dinobot figure from the movies. And hold on. Sorry, I was a bit distracted by the phone. Not again. Well, don't you hate it when the phone rings twice during your recording? Anyway, what was I saying? I think this figure is wonderful. He's very fun to mess with. I know the transformation is ridiculously simple, but that doesn't kill my enjoyment of the figure. This figure is very enjoyable, so that's why he is my favorite. And I love this design overall. I love his two-headed Pteranodon mode. I think it's really, really well done. Although it's funny that you can see the whole robot underneath the Dino mode. So, but the robot mode, I think this is where the figure really shines. Although the wrist swivel is very, very weird. So, yeah. Now, if you don't have any of the movie Dinobots, I would highly recommend this figure, because you will not be disappointed when you get this figure. When you get this figure, you will enjoy it so much that you will love the transformation, and you're gonna say, oh, this is my favorite Deluxe class Dinobot figure that I own so far. I think this guy is really, really well done in my opinion. So, yeah. I mean, you can find this guy in BigBagToyStore.com if you want to. Try to hunt him down. Yeah, try to hunt him down. Anyway, so, and I think that is pretty much it. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can see future reviews of new upcoming figures and old figures as well, and hit that notification bell down below so that you can get notified when a new video is up and ready. So, and I think that is pretty much all there is to say. So there you have the Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Dinobots or Autobot Strafe or Swoop. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.